Obviously not the result that you want out there tonight, but what can you say to your team after that?
Well, there's not a lot to say at this time of the year after so many weeks of playoffs. The guys, key thing I think, message from the coaching staff was that the guys battled hard, and it was a lot closer series, and obviously the games indicated, in them winning 4 straight. Like tonight's game, I thought was dead even. As you saw, it was back and forth. It was hard to get scoring chances, much like last night. And I just thought our guys played really well. I thought they played the right way. And sometimes you get that extra bounce or that extra break, and you get the goal. And I thought in the PG series we got that, and that's what you need to win. And in this series we just couldn't get that, just that extra break, that extra bounce, that extra goal at the right time.
I know you pride yourself on developing players and setting them up for success in the future. What lessons can they take away from this as they look to whatever next season holds for them?
Yeah, I talked to them after on that point as well, is that this is really going to help them in the future. It's hard to win at any level, whether you're in the NHL, American League, wherever you're playing, it's challenging. But the experience of going through the playoffs and having adversity and then getting this close and almost tasting it and then losing, I know will help a lot of those guys. And a lot of those guys are going to get opportunities in the future to play. And certainly they can carry that with them. But I think it was a special group that we had this year. Certainly great chemistry, great leadership in the room. Really proud of all they've accomplished, and I think that they'll look back on this year as a special year with their teammates.
It was an incredible season for the Winterhawks, a lot of milestones. Is there a moment that you're able to look back on now that you're especially proud of?
Probably not right now. These things sting. It's hard when you put that much time and effort. You think we start at the end of August, and then you go all this time and you battle and you pour everything into it, and then all of a sudden one day it's over. And this is the most challenging of all the years I've coached. The end of the year is always challenging. It's really hard because you go at full speed for 8 months of the year, and then it just falls off a cliff, and now you've got to regroup and look for the next year.
We've talked about how close this series truly was, and a bounce could have changed the tone of everything, but what do you think was the difference maker in the end?
I think some timely goals. You look at the first game of the series in Portland, Savoy scores with 3 minutes left on a play to the slot and went in off the post. And then you look at last night's game, it's an overtime game. Tonight's game was tied with 5 minutes left in the game, and they get a 2-on-2 rush and a shot over the shoulder. We hit the post just before that, and the puck comes out the other side. It's a fine line sometimes, and I thought that their key players got timely goals for them, and I thought for us, at times we were just a little bit snake bit around the net. Normally we can score a little bit better than that, and I give them credit. They played well defensively.
Just wanted to wrap it up. I know since COVID, this nucleus of the team was together. Gabe Clausen, James Stefan, Jack O'Brien's the wonderful 19-year-olds. A lot of them were A's, or obviously for Gabe, back-to-back captains. That doesn't happen often in a Portland sweater. How proud of you are of that veteran group and how much they were able to accomplish, not even this year, but just the growth you saw from them as 16s in this league?
Well, I think that's a neat thing about junior hockey is that you get the kids when they're very young, at 15 years of age, and you work with them over time, and you see them really develop and mature on the ice, but you also see them develop and mature off the ice. And as coaches, that's special for us because, we were with them at really young kids when they get drafted, and then we work through them all these years. And they had great years, all three of them. The 3 20-year-olds that have been with us from day one. I thought Gabe and, Steph and Jack, they all played well in their own right, and they offered this team a chance to win a championship, and they were that close.